In this screencast, we're going to take a look at Microsoft SQL Server 2008 and Reporting Services Enhancements. This is Brian Von Axelson, Partner Solutions Advisor with the Microsoft Corporation. SQL Server 2008 provides a number of reporting enhancements that enable you to quickly and easily generate reports that your organization needs, in the format that you want and in a layout that makes sense of the data they contain. Report Builder has been enhanced extensively in SQL Server 2008 to enable users to easily build ad hoc reports with any structure. The intuitive design interface makes it easy for non-developers to create business documents such as purchase orders, invoices, and contracts based on report data. Report Designer has also been updated for SQL Server 2008 and is now a standalone application that can be run separate from the Business Intelligent Development Studio, enabling information workers to more easily craft complex professional reports. So let's take a look at the changes of reporting services. What we're looking at here is the new interface for Report Designer. Now, previously, Report Designer used to be part of the Business Intelligent Development Studios, but customers asked for the ability to deploy a robust design surface for creating complex professional reports without having to install Visual Studio. Now, the new Report Designer is a standalone application. This is going to make it easier for you and your users to create the reports that your organization relies on. You can see we've already created a basic table showing total sales by region. Let's take a look at what this report looks like when we preview it. Now let's say we want to enhance this table by adding total order quantity by year to the right of the current data. Previously, this was something that was difficult to create, but we can use the new Tablix table structure to easily support this type of report. Table X is a new layout structure that combines table and matrix data regions into a new Table X data region. Table X enables developers to generate reports that combine fixed and dynamic rows. Previously, layouts of this kind had to be developed by using multiple matrix data regions and shrinking row headers. Support for Table X data regions simplifies the inclusion of combined static and dynamic data in reports and extends the formatting and layout capabilities of reporting services significantly. To show how Table X works, we'll go ahead and create a new group to the right of the existing region group. This order year header is actually a dynamic row that will expand to show all the years we have sales data for. So I right-clicked on the total sales, selected to add a group to the right, and here I'm going to select for our order year value. Now we'll add the order quantity data we're interested into the rest of the rows in this column. Next, we'll add a new subtotal column to the right of our order year column, which will be used for summing up the order quantity data separately from the region data. So let me give this a name. Let's call this total quantity. And then again, we'll use our meta tags and we'll grab our order quantity. Well, let's go ahead and preview the report and see where we're at. Make sure we're getting the data over correctly. Now notice in the new columns that we've added, we are getting the data, but the formatting's not the same. And maybe we want to do something with the name of the report as well. So let's go back to the report designer and see what we can do to make some changes. So first, let's take a look at the report name. And I'm going to go ahead and change to center, but let me drag this over. And notice as I drag it over, we get the blue lines that are our locks. So we can line up the respective pieces of our reports with the blue grid lines. They help us snap to other items in the report. This is a new feature in Report Designer that really helps make it simple to align all your report elements very nicely. Now let's take a look at the formatting on our new columns. So as we saw in the report, wasn't the same formatting as the other columns. So let me go work with the appearance, and I'm going to select teal, and we need to change the color of the font to white. I'm also going to increase the font size to 12. And let's make a change on the font weight as well. And we'll go ahead and make that bold. And so let me go ahead and do this for our last column as well, for our total quantity. So again, changing the background to teal, changing the font color to white. And then I want to change the font size to 12, and we want to bold it. We also need to make some changes to our other 4 columns. So let's go ahead and select one of our order quantity columns. Again, this time instead of going to teal, we need to move it to silver. So I'm going to change the appearance background to silver. And we'll go down and change the other order quantities to silver as well. Now for this last column with the total quantity, I do want to make both of those bold. So let me select and change the font weight to bold. Now let's go back and preview the report. Well, I don't think I like the alignment of the title of the report where it says product sales report. So let me go back into the designer and we'll make a minor adjustment. So again, I'm going to grab it and we're going to try and snap it again to one of those blue grid lines. So let me readjust it and we'll pull it back and let's snap it to the total sales. And then we'll go back and preview. Yes, I think I like that alignment a little bit better. Well, as you can see, we've quickly created a very complex report that shows not just sales by region, but also quantity of sales by year. This really lets us show a lot of data quickly in a very new fashion. To enhance the data visualization capabilities of SQL Server 2008 reporting services, Microsoft will be incorporating a new advanced data visualization engine. The products to be incorporated include new charting and gauge visualizations. The ability to design and format rich charts will be included directly in Report Designer, giving information workers, your users, and of course yourself, the ability to easily create rich, useful data visualizations. To see how this works, let's add a new chart to the report we've been working on. So first, let me select the top bit down. So I'm just going to select it, and then we'll use the move, and we'll bring it down towards the bottom of the screen. And let's add a new chart to the report. To do this, we'll just grab the chart item and drag it onto our report. Now let's go ahead and resize the chart. So I'll just grab the corner and we'll move it out. And again, we'll move it and we'll use, again, the blue snap 2 lines. So let me snap it to the right side, and then I'll extend it out to the left and snap it to the left side. Now let's make some changes to our chart. So as I click on the chart, we can get into the editing capabilities. So here I just want to show some of the properties of the chart so we can see some of the different things that we can attach. We got our data, our axes, the legend. I'm actually going to move the legend down in just a second. Here's the 3D effect, and then the capabilities to apply some filters. So let me go to the legend, and let's move that to the bottom middle. So we'll click OK. And let's move some data out. So what we're going to do is grab the product category data to our category fields. And let's move the sales amount data to the data category field. Let's give this chart a name. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit so I can select where it says chart title, and then I'll go over to the appearance in the properties box, and let's go ahead and we'll call this product sales. Now let me zoom back out, and let's go take a look as we preview the report. Well, one thing I see I do not like is the color orange. So let's go back to the report designer and actually work with some of the visualization tools. So I'm going to right click on my data field of sales amount and select the properties. Now I do have the ability to change my series type, but actually what I want to do is work with my series appearance. As I go into my series appearance, notice we have the ability to work with our colors as well as how it's actually going to fill. So here I selected the radio button for gradient, and then I'm going to keep with my teal and turquoise. So I'm going to start with pale turquoise, and then I'm going to go and select teal. And then my style, we have a couple different options. I'm going to select top to bottom. So I'll select OK, and then select OK. Notice even in my preview, I start to see some of these new visualization changes. And then when I actually go to preview the report, I can see some of those visualization changes as well. Well, that brings us to the end of another screencast on SQL Server 2008. In this screencast, we took a look at some of the enhancements for reporting services. Those enhancements included the new report designer, which by the way is a standalone application now. We also took a look at Tablix, and we used visualizations as we worked with the charting tools. With SQL Server 2008 reporting services, all users will be able to quickly and easily generate the reports that your organization needs. Again, this is Brian Von Axelson, Partner Solutions Advisor with Microsoft. Have a great day.